Check out today's piece of fan art. It's yet another lovely work from Kuragi Tutu. Castoria is a hot topic right now, and it's great to celebrate with some amazing artwork. Thank you so much! Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun! Dai-chan here! Today, I'll be doing something a bit more aggressive than normal. That's right, I asked you guys on Discord for your favorite fate-oriented doujinshi, and now I'm gonna judge them in a tier list. I've got 61 entries. Some of them I added since none of you guys did. Blasphemy! Don't take this personal, these are my opinions, and I'll provide a link to the template so you can all make your own. Oh, and I'll be listing their respective codes so you can look them up on the best site on the internet. With that said, let's go! First up is number 143924, also called Re22 by Namonashi. I really like this one because it plays off the lore. Rin assumes that since Artoria was captured by Medea, she must have had all sorts of things done to her. As such, if Shiro's gonna satisfy her, he's gonna have to step it up a notch. A tier. Number 184533, Fate Delaheel Order by artists Raidon and Morisova. When Chad Shiro finally gets his paycheck, he orders a call girl, only to find out it's Rin, and of course, Saber comes along. This has a lot of variety, but I don't appreciate how large they made Saber's fun bags. B tier. Entry number 203511 is titled Rin's Fall by artist Kyokcho. Honestly, I love this one for its art, but hate it for its premise. Basically, this is what would have happened if Rin didn't have Ku to protect her. Shinji doesn't deserve this, but if you can ignore that it's him, the angles and poses are divine. A tier. Number 238128 is Master ga Kiyohime ni Kigaetara by Taniguchi-san. Since Kiyohime is a snake, she sheds her skin, making a transformation suit for Ritsuka. A bit of self-zest goes a long way. The art's not exactly amazing, and Kiyohime is not my waifu. I'm gonna say C. I don't hate it, nor do I really crave it. 241326 is My Love Life with Nitukris at Home. This is pretty vanilla. Ritsuka just gets the hots for best pharaoh, and fun ensues. Art's nice, but again, the chest isn't accurate. B tier. 242668 is Gorgon Blossom by the group Orange Blossom. This may ruffle some scales, but I actually don't like Gorgon. Medusa's great, but the design gets a bit intense when she turns into a monster girl. I'm not offended, but I'd never care to read it again. D. 249483 is Re27, another doujin by Namonashi. This is a sweet vanilla with Shiro and Artoria, practically an extension of their H-seed in the Fate route. She even lets her hair down, which is a plus. A tier for me. 250164 is the very first doujin on this list from the legendary Yang Do, or Orange Maru. You'll find most of his stuff here, and while the art is always phenomenal, the waifus, situations, and activities can vary. If you like exaggerated titty-toria with both dom and sub vibes, this is top tier. For me, I'll give it a C. 251542 is I Love Franken by Hyokoro. Ritsuka and Summer Fran can't train due to maintenance, so they go for some bond-up points in the bedroom. This one's equal parts cute, funny, and wholesome. My only gripe is that it takes a while to get to the good stuff, and then it's pretty short. B tier. 252871 is Summer Lesson by Orange Maru. This is similar to the previous one with Lancer Artoria, but Jalter's just too hot to ignore. There's less of a story, but the shots make up for that. A tier. 260025 is A Toxicosis by Uguisu Kagura. An irritated and jealous Jalter relieves some stress with Astolfo. It's got my boy as both a top and bottom, and I love how he gets to dominate a bit. Jalter's chest is too big, but I'm pleasantly surprised. A tier. 261368 brings us a happy end between Guriko and Dr. Roman, courtesy of artist Aoi. When Roman admits he's a virgin, Da Vinci sticks him and Ritsuka in a room to solve the problem. It has a sweet, shoujo-esque vibe to it, but it's a bit boring for me. I'm afraid I'll have to give it a C. 262707 is Caldea Life 2 by Hiroya. A stubborn and sensitive Mordred doesn't like being defeated in bed, so she keeps coming back for a rematch. This one's so in character and aggressive. They get those ab details down perfect. It's our first S tier! 270582 is This Hot Spring is Made of Infinite Thickness by Daisuke. Ritsuka gets smothered by juicy Chaldean pillows. If you like them thick, this is a gold mine. For me, it's overkill. D tier. 271007 is Oranjimaru Special 4, an incestuous escapade between Ishtar and Ereshkigal. Ishtar, all devious, ropes her shy sister into a three-way. Bonus points for comedy, as Ishtar uses a crystallized lore to upgrade her junk. I'll give this an A tier. 273234 is Marked Girls Volume 16 by Suga Hideo. After Ritsuka's party loses to a bicorn, it's up to Maeve to take it down the only way she knows how. I admit this may not be up everyone's alley, but I know I like it. S tier. And no, I'm not kidding. 275025 is No Rest on a Day Off with Carmilla by Fue. As you'd expect, Ritsuka gets a day off and spends it with Carmilla. It's got total MILF vibes, which isn't normally my forte, but there's so much variety that I'll give it a C. 275245 is Cosplayer Astolfo by Itose Ikuto. This is an epic yaoi about two Astolfo cosplayers getting frisky at a convention. It has a number of locations and is a femboy overload. Gotta say I'm impressed. A tier. 276730 is XX-ROM by Oranjimaru. Summer BB takes advantage of an unemployed mysterious heroine XX, casting her in a special episode of the BB channel. The intrepid Saberface bites off more than she can chew, or swallow. Man, the angles and expressions are amazing. S tier for sure. 281999 is Serenity-chan in My Room by Minakuchi Takashi. A thirsty Serenity uses her presence concealment to sneak under Ritsuka's covers and spark up a good time. This doujin really is a delightful sneak attack. A tier. Oh boy, 287501 is Hidden Quest, my favorite doujin of all time, courtesy of Oranjimaru. Two separate mana transfer sessions from an overconfident Mordred, drawn with such personality and detail. Plus, it's in color. This is art at its finest. S tier. 287535 features Rider in a white button-up shirt by artist Yanagi. Enticed by the smell of Shiro's laundry, Medusa gets excited just in time for Shiro to deliver. Again, I don't hate this, but I would never seek it out on my own. D tier. It's sad, because if she'd stayed in her outfit on the first page, I would have changed my mind. 290340 is White Horse Riding a Knight 3 by artist Fan. As you'd expect, most of this is Tititoria with a horse, except her fun bags are even more exaggerated. This one's only redeeming quality is when Mordred steps in at the very end. She's actually drawn to proportion, at least before the horse gets involved. I'll give this a B. 294635 is Circe Dai Shuriken by Siseki Hirame. Circe finds one of Ritsuka's dirty magazines and insists they reenact what's inside. This is just a solid, vanilla Circe doujin. I'll give it a B. 295297 is Gorgonzola 2 by Ayano Naoto. Medusa really cares for her sisters, and shows it quite intimately. I'm glad the art inside is actually better than the cover, but it's still a bit lacking in expression. I'll give it a C, but it really is a nice vanilla Yuri. 295540 is Seiso Batsubyo by Mozu. It's one of my favorites. The Lion King has urges, and forces Mordred to satisfy them all. The Knight of Rebellion gets impaled on a different lance. It's so damn good! S tier. 295726 is the first one here featuring Hokusai. The artist is Mebura. Ritsuka and Hokusai have a romantic time at Benny Enma's hotel, only to get in trouble for getting caught in the lobby. This is a very gentle, by-the-books doujin. I'll give it a B. 299193 is A Yellow Rose for These Lips by Mikage. Here, a bored and temperamental Meltrolus gets some alone time with Ritsuka and has to tell off Da Vinci for calling in the middle of it. It's funny how blunt Melt is about it, too. Another B tier. 306679 is called If by the artist Enema Elish. If you ever thought Artoria and Deermud got along a bit too well in Phase Zero, this is the result. The artwork here really is brilliant, and I say the characterizations are down pat. Plus, there's a bit of Mitsuzuri here, which is rare. I'll say an A tier. 308868 is Scotty Wants Love by Kazamityu. Scotty gets caught by herself and uses runes to take Ritsuka for a ride. Once more, this plays against my interests. I like Skahawk and Scotty, but not when they're thicker than the official designs. D tier. 319427 is definitely a step up, but not by much. Artist Haruhiski brings us a Shisho bunny, which is rather timely. The whole service vibe adds some extra excitement, and I prefer the art. This is also the first one on the list to have vanilla pregnancy. For me, it's a C. 319662 is Beloved Dog Ushiwakamaru 2 by Inu, of course. What's sad here is I love everything but the gimmick. Ushi's body is wonderfully drawn, but dragging her around by the collar isn't something I care about. This had the workings of a perfect doujin, but it doesn't get there for me. B tier. 322135 is Memory of Honey Night by Mozu. This is another one of the best Mordred doujins out there. Everything from the anatomy, poses, framing, and expressions are ideal. All I can say is I want more. S tier. 323853 is Sneaking In by Orange Maru. Skavi eavesdrops on Skahawk, doming Ritsuka so hard she dresses up as Skahawk to get in on the action. Turns out she's not cut out for that role, and things reverse rather quickly. I love getting to see such a variety of elements all in one. Another S. 331737 is W Echi ni Novum Caldea by Isao. Summer Salter and MHX share Ritsuka on different occasions. Not much for story, and the art's a little odd, but it's still compelling. B tier. 332696 is Caldea Maid Mashu by Orange Maru. Nero convinces Mashu to wear a maid getup instead of the famous, "Would you like dinner, a bath, or me?" It's very good, but other than the personality, I don't really care for maids, honestly. I'm gonna go with C tier, which I know might seem outrageous, especially with the next one. 332711 is Absolute Mashu Battlefront by Orange Maru, perhaps the most controversial Fate doujin. Either you love it or you hate it, all because of the NTR plot. Personally, when you consider this non-canon, it just has the best poses and reactions. Plus, Mashu has the ultimate outfit later on. From the moment I first saw it, I knew it'd be one of my all-time favorites. S tier, baby! 341734 is Affection, Love, and Hell by Akaozaka. The cover for this one doesn't do it justice. This has got to be one of the most impassioned vanilla on this list so far. I'm more of an Ishtar girl, but I was very pleased with Erishkigal here. B tier. 342257 is Nero plus Nero 2 by Rogun. What's better than one Nero? Two Neros! The two Unas have fun with Ritsuka in a handful of outfits. I'm very impressed with this one, more than I thought I would be. A tier. 342490 is Tengen's Chrysanthemum, Let's See Each Other Again Someday by Brio. As much as Musashi loves udon, she also seems to love the back door, so Ritsuka exploits that to the fullest. I'm totally into these tags, so this goes straight into A. 342867 is another yaoi, Astolfo x Astolfo by Meme50. Basically, Ritsuka dresses up as Shimakaze, Astolfo, and Daon, and Astolfo gets down with all three. Again, it's a bit of a femboy paradise. I might have to say A here. 343248 is Musashi Will Get Serious Even Though She's Being Stolen Away by Marushin. A dummy-thick Musashi goes full NTR with other members of Caldea's staff. The proportions are just pushing the bounds for me. D rank. 343908 is For the Adults by Mikoma Sanagi. Afuta Nobunaga goes warlord on an innocent MHX. It's pretty good. Worthy of a B, I think. 349170 is The Steamy Situation of the Pendragon House by Kuno Toya. Ritsuka gathers Mordred and all the Artorias under a single roof. Things go from familial to freaky at every turn. Gotta say, this one also surprised me. I'm giving it an A. 352345 is Milking Astolfo by Ayakawa Riku. Saber Astolfo's getting so thirsty, he can't fight properly, so his cousin Bradamante helps lighten his load. This is the best kind of Astolfo Doujin, and Bradamante knows how to push all his buttons. And mine. S rank. 353771 is Bunny Artoria, called by Astolfo, from Ankoman. Ankoman has a series of doujins where Astolfo is the ultimate Chad, plowing the Chaldean fields. While I don't mind him having a monster, the artist makes all the pillows too big. D. 357364 is Chaldea Heaven Shisho Shisho by Q-Blade. Zangzang and Skahak teach Ritsuka a hard lesson. That said, I'm not very impressed here. The artist goes off the rails, making them too thick. I love both these waifu, but only in their official proportions. D yet again. 358615 is the Pendragon Twin Sisters Saucy Situation by Kuno Toya. This one's a sequel to the previous Pendragon household, only now it's just the Tititorias. I'm sure you can tell how that makes me feel. Not sure why these are all coming in a row, but D. 364758 is the FGO Paizuri collection from a myriad of artists. This would be absolute heaven if, yet again, it were done to official proportions. Some of these go to A-kin tier ridiculous. Others, however, are quite nice, like Osaka Behime, so I'll give this a C. 373951 is Gura Gura SKB Order by Kamaboko. Overly voluptuous Okitas do things that would otherwise send me to heaven. I'm just not feeling it here. D. 374219 is Fairy Knight and Insatiable Master by Oji. Ritsuka and Fairy Tristan go crazy for 45 pages. I really want to like this one, but its art is just a bit amateurish. I'm gonna have to go with C. 379808 is Heaven's Drive 5 by Otsuka Kotora. Ritsuka plays the slots with Bunny Artoria. The expressions here are really nice and vibrant. Not bad. A decent opai. B tier. 388201 is Gardens of Galaxy by Tanabe. A doujin with the best girls from Saber Wars should be a dream come true, but I feel like only Space Ishtar was portrayed properly. I'm a bit disappointed because the art is just a bit too silly. C tier. 391825 is Jean Alter Drowning in Pleasure by Suyunichi. Ritsuka hammers a Jalter with melons bigger than her entire head. Not for me, I suppose. D. 394418 is Hebigami no Hono by Kiyasa. I know I said I didn't like Gorgon, but here they make her really cute, and I can totally get the appeal. It's also more exciting to see her sisters helping out. C tier. 394939 is Something Fujine Route-ish by Arami Taito. I appreciate how Taiga's finally getting some love, but how hard is it to make her the right shape? The art here is just too soft and bubbly to even come close to exciting me. D. 401905 is In Sci-Fi by Supa. Summer MHX goes from eating noodles to eating noodle. It's nicely drawn, and there's a totally adorable romantic confession here. I'm gonna give it a B. 403608 is the book about making out with Big Sis Ibuki by Nekomata Naomi. While this Ibuki doji looks better than the one in-game, it's not my cup of tea. Or milk tea, I guess. I'm afraid I've got to go D again. 406444 is Sakura Night Train by Myoga. Just as it sounds, Sakura winds up on a train with a bunch of dudes who gang up. It's okay, I guess. I feel safe giving it a C. 406584 is Gaze, otherwise known as My Guriko Ain't That Big, by Abe Inori. Thankfully, the art in the doujin itself is better than the cover, but even with that, it's still kinda boring. C-base, yo! Last up is 59095, Tosaka Ke no Kake Jijo 7 by Jean. This one's part of a series in which Rin needs quick cash to pay for her jewels, and Artoria needs to cover the budget at Shiro's place since she eats so much. The two wind up working for a particular gentleman. I like this one a lot because they're at the beach, and while the dude is pretty ugly, Rin and Saber are drawn wonderfully. Ending things on a high note, I'll put this in the A tier. Well, I've certainly learned something about myself. I'd rather check out two femboys than get off to comically large bosoms. I think a huge element comes from betraying the source material. it just feels wrong. Like, I wouldn't mind it if the characters were originally that big, like Raiko, but tastes are tastes, I suppose. Hopefully, you enjoyed this as much as I have. Again, check the description for a link to the template, and share your results with me on Discord. Of the ones presented here, what's your favorite Fate Doujin? Let me know in the comments below!
Before I go ahead and roll the credits, I want to give a special shout out to all my $10 and up supporters. Video Gamer 75, C. James Torley, Stephen Elak, Samuel Gersten, Otaku Mom, Jens Bauman, Mystic Samurai 1983, Freebrick, Cosmonaut, RNGer Shuffles 1498, Alexis Yukio Gomez Yamato, Johnny Tsunami, Link Pendrago, Caitlin P, Vladimir Rovna, Succubus Sakura, Normace, and SF Giants fan Mike. Thank you all so much. Thanks for watching!
If you enjoy this channel, help us grow by liking, commenting, sharing the video, subscribing to OtakuDaiKun, and
most of all, smashing that notification bell so you don't miss out on all of our anime discussion, lore, or Let's Play content.
You can support us directly through Patreon, Subscribestar, or our YouTube membership, all of which come with benefits like exclusive vids and early access.
As always,
Celebrate your fandom!